Hey guys, how you doing? With the 10 Functional Fitness down here in Apollo Beach, Florida. Today I'm going to be going over a little bit on heavy kettlebell swings. So when we're lifting kettlebells, guys, our arms have nothing to do with the movement whatsoever. It's all concentrated on the muscles of the pelvic girdle and hip drive. I see a lot of people making the mistake of raising the kettlebell up above their head when they're doing swings. We don't want to do this. When we're doing heavy swings, we want to start with our foot position. You really want to grab the ground with your toes. As you can see, I'm barefooted right now. Anytime I train with bells, I'm always barefooted. Or at least most of the time I try to be. What you want to focus on is really grounding yourself, okay? Becoming one with the ground. Grip the ground with your toes. What this does, one, it's going to give you more stability, and two, it activates a lot of the stabilizing muscles of the foot, okay? Number two, your shin position. Okay, you want your shins to be nice and vertical at all times. At no time do you want your legs to bow in or bow out. You want them to be completely vertical. Kneecap should always remain behind the toe at all times. Okay, the swing is all about a hip hinge, guys. You're hinging your hips. Okay? We're driving our hips backwards when we're doing the swing. We're not squatting. Okay, I see a lot of people when they do their swings, they're here, they're squatting up and down. The goal of doing the swing is to load up the posterior chain, being the hamstrings and the glutes. Okay, so we want to ensure that we're hinging at the hips. Right? Next is our arm position. A lot of times when people do swings, they let their shoulders come out of their sockets. Okay, we don't want to do that. We want to stay nice and packed. Now, when we stay nice and packed, guys, what happens here? Our lat activates. When our lat activates, it sets off a kinetic chain to our serratus anterior and then our intercostals. What this does, this links the upper body and the lower body together as one unit. And that's why kettlebell training is so efficient and why it's so great. You're training multiple systems of the body simultaneously. Training your muscular system, your nervous system, your skeletal system, circulatory system. There's a lot of stuff going on. So the swing is very beneficial. And kettlebell training in general, very beneficial. So when you're swinging a heavier bell, you will notice that the bell will teach you what's wrong with your position and if you have any leakages in your position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute 10 swings for you guys and just watch the mechanics of my swing. Watch how I hinge at the hips. Okay, I stay nice and tight. I stay packed. Everything's every swing I want to think about what I'm doing. Head position is very important too as well, guys. What you want to do is glance at the horizon at all times. You want that cervical spine to move with the rest of your spine at all times. Okay, so we don't want to bird neck it when we're doing our swings. Alright, so we start with the kettlebell. First of all, assume your foot position. Okay, think about prying the hips apart when you're doing the swing. Okay, pry the hips apart. You see I'm gripping the ground with my toes. I got the kettlebell way out in front of me, like the center in football, getting ready to hike past that kettlebell back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the bell, pat my shoulders, hike past back. If you notice, consistency of the swing is key. You want to make sure that every single repetition is exactly the same and looks perfect. Within our practice, we get our workout, guys. Always keep that in mind when training. Enjoy.